Hey guys, my name is Jordan Phoenix and this is Drawing the Human Figure from Your Mind, lesson 154. Okay, so now just to understand now the muscles of the palm area, we're just now going to start layering in the muscles here. So the first muscle that we need to understand here is, well, first of all, just understand that like we talked about in the carpal tunnel, there's going to be a bone over here and a bone over here, and then this is your wrist area over here, right? You're going to have that wrist area going in this direction. So you're going to get your radius, and then you'll have your ulna over here. Okay, so what happens here is that over here between these two bones, like we talked about, right, it has this U shape, this section here of the wrist. Just imagine it like this, and then all the wires are going through, so you're going to have a tendon over here connected to a muscle that's going to close this off. So basically, just understand that over here there's just a muscle over here connecting like this, pretty much going over here, and then from here this muscle is now just going to connect to the side over here of this bone of the palm over here, right? So we haven't even gotten into that big fat muscle. This is just the underlining muscles that are being connected, and it's about here, and he like pumps out like this. Okay, so I'll just shade him in so you can see what he looks like. He's going to be like pumping out like this and coming over here into that direction like this. So that's one muscle over here, right? We're going to layer these muscles. Okay, so under him is just going to be a muscle that's going to be coming from here, and he's going to attach to the side over here. Just like this. Okay, and we'll color him in. Just like this. Now you're getting those special muscles. Okay, so what happens next is you're now going to get a bunch of muscles that are now going to start building up this area over here. So with this muscle here that we did, it's connecting to this, right? So now you have this bone here. So there's basically just going to be another muscle that goes from here, and they all exchange in here. So he's going to be like this. Okay, let me just first draw him in, and he's like, see, this is now forming that shape over here, and he's going to come out like so, and he's going to come in under this guy here, under the carpal tunnel. Okay, so this is giving you a ditch, right? Meaning that we're now beginning to understand what's happening right over here, right? You get this ditch area over here. It's coming like this, and you're going to get that sinking in the palm because there's not much going on in the middle, but their muscles are being connected right all over the place over here. So to move on, what we need to do is now just add another muscle that's just going to connect from here, and this guy is going to get insert. So see, there's another muscle here. The reason we're doing this, we're layering it so we can understand what's under here. When we draw it, it will just snap back together. We got to account for why is the hand looking so thick on the bottom. Okay, so now you're going to get another muscle, so I lighten this up over here. Okay, so he's on top of this guy, and he's just connecting like this. So here you can see that on the bottom you're starting to get that shape here, right? Because on the side we already know about that other muscle from the top, right? He was connecting like this, and this guy is over here. So this is just one muscle over here. Okay, so what happens next is now you're going to get that big muscle that's connected from this bone over here, and he's obviously just going to uh, pretty much go a little bit on the side here, right? Because here you can see that here's the bone, right? Here's where the bone ends. Here's where my bone ends, right here. You can see that he's coming how much to the side, and he bulges out, and then he's going all the way over here. So just keep that in mind, that he's connecting on the side over here. Well, he's going on that other side. Right, so he's just going to connect over here, just like this, where that carpal tunnel was. So he's a layer on top. He's doing that same thing, okay? And he's going to now just put himself right on top of these guys here, and this is where you're now going to get that muscle, that big thick muscle for this area over here, meaning that this muscle is that second layer, right? It's going down, down, down. If you look at your hand, you'll see that it slips down, and because it needs those steps here. You have a very pulpy skin in the palm area, but this will help us understand where these lines are coming from in the palm. And then here on the side, we're going to get that muscle here from the side that's just going to connect over here. So we've got like 3 different muscles, but this muscle is on the side, meaning that if we now investigate this, we can see that, right, we understood about that muscle from the side, and it's doing the same thing, right? It's connecting. Look how much it bulges out, and it shows up a little bit on the side here on the top, then it goes down. So there are 2 bulges here. There's one here and one here, right? We all know about this, and that's what's causing the hand to look the way it does. Okay, so the other understanding is now going to be that you're now going to get on top of this, right, a set of tendons, and basically it's going to be a sheet that covers everything over here. But basically just understand that under here is all these systems here of these tendons are coming through here. Then you're going to get another connection just like this on top over here. It's going to be in that just basic sense just here, meaning that this is helping us explain that, okay, so this is now even on more top, right? Because this guy was connecting, it's butting up against the bones, and this is on top. So now this helps explain as to why this bulges out, right? Because he's over here and this guy's over here on top, and that's why you're getting that area over here. So meaning that we're done with this also, because all we have to do is now put in that fattish area over here, right? And we know how this is going to look, right? You're going to get that bone, and you're going to get that thumb area over here, just like this. Remember, it's on an angle. Then you're going to get that that skin area, meaning he's now overlapping over here, right? That's why you're going to get those lines here. And the other line is going to go from there on the top over there. And this is where you'll now start to get that pulpy area of the hand here. And basically you just need to understand those lines, but understand that what's happened here is that you've got these 3 muscles together with that skin on top. It's going to give you this area here, and then you're going to, you're going to get that fattish area, but there's a whole muscle. That's where you'll get that palm area. That's the most simplest understanding of this as to what happens over here. Remember, there's a carpal tunnel. That's why you're going to get that ditch in here in that palm area, right here in the middle. You're going to get a ditch. And all the skin is connected. See what's happening? Because of this muscle here that's connected here, right? He's obviously lifting everybody up, right? So this helps to explain here, if we look at this, right, why it's like this over here, why it takes time to go down. See, the skin takes time to go down, but over here it just comes back up. It takes time because that muscle here is lifting everything up. See how it's lifting everything up? That's connected to the middle of the bone. Just keep that basic understanding. Okay, so from here we already know that, right, because of this sheet over here, the skin is just going to cut these guys off over here. And here we can start to do the same thing. The under of the, just put in lines over here where the connections are, right? Just like this. And you're going to get these lines in here for the hand to cut that off. You're going to get lines in here, lines in here, lines in here, because this is fattish, right? This is fattish area over here. It's going to pulp out. This pulp over here, and you've got, remember the reason this is coming out, right? Because we already stated that when these pulley systems, the two pulley systems, and then over them to lock them in place is a thick sheet over here of tendons. That's what's causing these pulps to come out over here, right? They balloon out like this. And then over you've got just loose skin. Okay, so here I'll just quickly put this in. Over here I curved it in a little bit, right? So over here we know about this, right? We get that idea. It's a bump here, a little bit bump there. Then all the stuff is going to connect over here, and it's just going to connect over here. And this is where your wrist area is. You can begin to understand where, when they go through this carpal tunnel, all those tendons are now showing up in that wrist area. So you see about two of the main big ones, right, when you render it. So that gives us a very good understanding of the hand. So all we have to do now is sketch this guy out. So and see what the how symbolism is now going to help us understand this. See you in the next lesson. Thanks.